it. I see the bait. I see the fish. Come on.
Got him.
Good cast.
Even though you were catching them pretty well, and I offered to keep pulling, I did have an ulterior motive. I had just gotten a bunch of flies tied up by my friend Peter Smith at SS Flies, and he sent them to me in the mail. I wanted to try them out.
It's going right.
Got him.
Good job, Tom. That was awesome, man. That was awesome.
Well,
Right at the boat.
What a difference it makes when you can see
Right
the
at
fish
the
in the water.
boat. Yes! Look at that guy. That is a shark.
That's the biggest fish I've ever caught.
I thought you said you had
Got him. Relax.
Oh! Dude, he just ripped my boat off.
Saltwater Experience, presented by Yellowfin, with Captain Tom Rowland and Captain Rich Tudor.
So getting up there early, running from Hawks Cay to Snake Bight that day was absolutely incredible.
Yeah, to get up early. I'm a morning guy anyway. You're an afternoon guy. I love to get out and see, you know, the sun coming up, how the fish are kind of waking up and doing their thing for the day. Going up into Snake Bight, it's the first time that we've been up in there since they've made it a pole troll zone, which means that you can't use a combustible motor past the channel, and then along the outside edge there are signs that say, you know, where you got to turn your motor off.
Well,
get up in there.
that night, you know, you're right. I don't like to get up early in the morning. Usually, not naturally. If I got a day off, I don't. But that night, I remember, you know, it was so calm. I remember, you know, there's just hearing that stillness outside. I could hardly sleep. I was excited. You know, I knew we were going to go early. It was that adventure, you know. It was like, you know, opening day of hunting season or something where I had a hard time sleeping. You know, that anticipation. That was exciting. And to get up and run over there and to do something new like that, you know, something, well, it's not a new thing. We'd been in that area hundreds of times, but we hadn't been in it since it was, you know, designated a pole and troll zone.
Yeah, and I figured, well, I'll just pull up in here and let Rich catch a couple fish, and you did. You know, you were making some really good casts, some long casts out in front of fish that, honestly, I didn't think that you were going to quite get there. I thought it might come up short, but because of the line we're using and the rods we're using and how things are getting better and better, you know, each year it seems like we're able to get another 10 feet onto our cast. And what that means in red fishing is that means a lot more fish.
That was a great cast.
First cast of the day. That was
won
cool.
a casting competition without cast. Oh, come on. Got him. Yes.
There you go. How about that?
Man, he chased that
liked
thing
that.
down. Look at that in front of him.
Good.
It turned right to you. One came out and stuck his head
There he
out
is.
of the water to eat it.
Double. Yeah, man.
Even though you were catching them pretty well, and I offered to keep pulling, I did have an ulterior motive. I had just gotten a bunch of flies tied up by my friend Peter Smith at SS Flies, and he sent them to me in the mail. I wanted to try them out. And so I wanted to make sure that you caught plenty of fish so that you were going to be like taking your kids to the playground before you take them over to grandma's house. You know, you want to wear them out so they're going to be well behaved.
Well,
I wanted to make sure that you had your fish
happy.
caught.
I caught a bunch of fish, more than I caught myself in a long time. I was very happy to pull you around and let you throw at fish as long as you wanted.
Well, that's good, because that's what it takes. You know, to be successful with a fly rod, you need to have both people on the boat being, you know, in sync, because that's how fly fishing is. It's not a one-man deal.
Catch one right now, man.
Might just push that way just a hair there. Starting to get in front of us.
These look like much smaller fish than we saw before.
I see redfish.
I think they're reds. I think they're just small ones. There you go. Good job, Tom. Well done, buddy.
I made my shot in there. The first part of the school spooked, but I just saw the rest of the fish, continued to strip the fly through there, and got bit because the fish in the back had not spooked, and I was able to catch one. And you know what? At that point, it was the smallest fish that I've ever caught in Snake Bight. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing or anything to scoff at. You know, I like to catch fish, or to go to a fishery that has big fish and small fish. I think that's a good sign of health.
That's neat. So we had two different sized schools there. One were the bigger fish, one were the smaller fish. Fly you throwing?
I've got one of Peter Smith's specials.
shrimpy looking thing.
Yeah, real tasty looking. Got a little craft fur on the tail, palmered hackle, and some craft yarn kind of stuff on the front. Very good.
Good fishing.
It is one of the smallest redfish I've ever caught in snake bite.
So they've been saying there's a lot of fresh new fishes come in.
There he goes.
That's cool. Love it.
That's good. He got it. Good
There he is.
job.
Yeah, baby. How about that?
Good job.
That was cool.
The Saltwater Experience, presented by Yellowfin, is brought to you by Yellowfin, only in a Yellowfin. By Mercury. By Hawks K, the only key you'll need. And by Motor Guide, Costa Sunglasses, and Power Pole.
Well, you got your fly rod stripped out, you got your fly you liked on, and immediately, we had schools all around us. I mean, it was a matter of which one do we want to go after first. I remember there was 3 that we were chasing, schools going that way. There was 2 coming at us, so I said, fine, let's go after this one. And there was we were surrounded by fish at that point.
There's 2 schools. There's one right there going that way, and then there's those other fish going that way.
Okay. The one to the left looks like they just might have turned back towards us.
That guy's going away. I could cast over his shoulder, but
I don't think
I'd
they're
rather
that
not.
right now.
And then these guys are tailing nicely.
As happy as these guys are, I think you put it on their nose, they'll probably use.
Just push up a little bit and let me get a little bit of an angle this way, and I'll fire.
Grouped up now.
Probably reach him, I guess.
They just ate it. He just ate it.
Well,
Right off the
I
surface.
have
he
to
ate
hold on to it for a second.
it. Nice job.
Because I
dude.
got a knot
He
in my
slurped it right off the surface. That was so cool.
Cool.
That was really cool. Good job.
There we go. Now we're in.
Very cool.
I had a knot in my line too.
Do you have any surface flies? I bet you we get some really good topwater stuff.
I don't think so.
I got one if you
I
want.
just bring him right over here to the other side.
Good fish.
You have one?
Yeah.
Let's use it.
A little better size.
Yeah.
This is awesome, man. What a day.
Absolutely.
As far as what you can see, no other boats.
Blue on his tail. He is super blue.
I catch another small fish out of the school, and those are the smallest 2 fish I've ever caught in snake bite. We had a massive cold front that came through, and it was responsible for some fish kills. But you know what? Nothing's more natural than a cold front, and I think that it has given the fishery a lot of good health. There were schools, singles, tailors. I wanted to get into the situations where I could catch a big tailer. And as we release the other fish, we start moving towards.
I remember looking up at the binoculars, and that one zone, I just saw one flag, another flag, another flag. I mean, it was a long commitment to pole to, but just kept working that way, and you got that shot you wanted. It's going right. Good job, Tom. That was awesome, man. That was awesome.
Well,
Right
I tell
at
you
the
what
boat.
a difference it makes when you can see the
Right
fish
at the
in the water.
boat.
When you see that fish in the water, man, that's a big difference.
That was awesome.
Not guessing.
It was right in front of us,
cool.
man. That was so close. We all day long we've been seeing tails and wakes, and this is one of the few times where we were close enough to this fish. We've been chasing him and seeing him, and he'd been disappearing, but he was close enough we could see that body. He was above the grass. You know, you watched him eat. He came up on surface and ate it right there, and then pulled it out. And then when you threw back in, I mean, that thing hit the water, and just to watch him come over there, just eat it right there. That was a cool bite.
As the sun gets a little higher, we're able to see the fish's body in the water. We're able to see how he's facing, see what he's doing. And man, if I can see a fish, I should catch that fish. And that's what I think. I mean, if you can see how they are reacting in the water, how they react to the fly, you can make adjustments.
That was cool, man.
Very cool.
Way to stay with it.
Come here, little fly.
They get difficult when it gets slick like that.
Yeah, the slick conditions are a dream come true for
Nice.
slick
Very
conditions. They're a dream come true for poling,
Seeing them.
but for fly fishing, you got to throw further and further and further. The calmer it gets, the further you got to throw it.
Good job, man. That was a cool bite. Watching him come up and eat that. That was worth
He's so cool.
the whole price of admission there to watch that bite.
Look at those red fins. It's just amazing how this fish out of water doesn't seem like he's camouflaged, but you put him right there next to that grass, and he is absolutely
Let
exactly.
him go. I bet he disappears in that grass in a second.
Look how he goes
See-
down there. You can't even see him.
That's right.
And that's what he's doing right there.
Exactly. And then when
And then whoop, stick that tail up. They might even sit there and just like kind of ambush.
you know what, I've actually seen that at ultra low tide in these skinny water boats. Like I would see him doing that, just like sleeping like that.
Right.
And I would actually see the tail sticking up, not moving.
Mm-hmm.
And
If I tickle him a little bit,
yep, that's
he'll
what they're
get
doing.
moving. But he's totally happy right there.
Yep, there he goes.
Right through that grass.
Look at
Look
that.
at
Look
that.
at that.
It's incredible.
Well, let's go catch another one.
Cool. I'm down. There's
Give me
another one
water
right
first.
there.
It's hot.
An endless supply of redfish today.
Saltwater Experience, presented by Yellowfin, is brought to you by Lowrance and the all-new HDS Gen 2 Fish Finder Chart Plotter. Yeti Coolers, wildly stronger, keep ice longer. Bass Pro Shops, your adventure starts here. And by King Sailfish Mounts. Marine Formula Stable. And Scott Fly Rods.
After I'd caught enough, you know, I thought maybe it's time to give Rich a shot. Maybe he'd like to catch one on fly. And so it was cool, give you the fly rod and you can cast good, man. I don't know why you don't do it more. You're a good caster.
Just like to catch them.
Yeah.
You know, it's a rare opportunity that we have that many shots to where if we catch them, fine. If we don't catch them, fine. You know, it was nice that we'd caught a bunch on spin. You'd caught yours on fly. You'd given me, you know, all that time earlier, and then, you know, it was about, you know, hey man, let's make it more interesting. You know, at that point. And like I say, rarely do I ever get anybody pulling me around, ever. And to have somebody that, you know, to swap shots and do it the right way. And but there were just so many fish. And then finally, you know, here's this. I think it was a single, but he was moving away.
Not bad, not bad. It's behind him, but just strip. He's under your leader. Strip hard. Okay, he's facing the other way. Pick up and go left, 20 feet.
You know, and you just kept chasing him and getting me this, you know, this 90-degree shot, you know, and I was a little short. But what I've always learned, what I told my fly customers for years, especially on redfish, is if they don't go long, you know, especially on that 90-degree, if they're short, they're not going to spook them, because those reds just stick around all day. But, you know, going short, you know, you always have another chance. And you just kept me parallel. And so I just, you know, short, and finally got it, you know, right in front of him.
There you go, pull. He's gonna eat it. Oh, pick it up and go right. That's good. He got it, good
There he is,
job.
yeah, baby, how about that?
Good job.
That was cool. That was cool. Nice pulling. That was nice. I thought we'd spooked him.
No,
That was cool.
good job.
Wow. That's a tough cast for me to side the wind like that. That was good. Whew, that was neat.
Man, I don't know when the last time I've seen you catch a fish on fly is.
Been a while.
Maybe ever.
It's fun, man.
Good job. It was a good.
That thing dropped right in front of him and he just munched it.
Yeah, but you couldn't just drop it right in front of him. You had to drop it in front of him and then strip, you know?
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of people mess up on that one. So they get the fly in front of them, and then it just sits there. The fish swims right on by.
A decent sized fish, too.
Yes, sir.
That's good stuff, man. Watching them bite like that. Going under.
He's upset.
I like that fly.
Ah, come here. I tell you, these fish, man, this water is really cool for this time of the year.
Yeah.
And these fish have a lot of fight in them.
I think they're gonna stay up here all day, man. All day, no boats around. Fish everywhere. Doesn't get much better than this. I like that fly. What do you call that, a slider or something?
Call that a frog.
Nice. Very cool. That was awesome. I like that, you know, good weed guard, and then I like having that deer head stuff so it pushes a little water.
Yep, he felt that.
And here comes another one. Look at that. And look at those tails there. Oh my goodness, he stuck it up so high, Tom.
That's cool. Let's go get him.
This is awesome. Corrosion can be a huge problem for all boaters, especially those around saltwater. But with a little preventive maintenance, it can be eliminated. These days, when you walk into a Bass Pro store or something, it's very confusing. You look at the aisle, there's 20 different products. Some are for specifically for electric, some are specifically for aluminum or stainless steel, or you know, just all kinds of different products, and it can be a little confusing. I trust Corrosion Block on everything. I spray it on all my electrical systems, GPSs, you know, on the back sides, the engines. I take the cover off and spray all the engine. Really everything electrical on the boat, no problem, no worries about the electrical connections. I also spray it on all my stainless steel rails, aluminum rails, anything on the boat that's metal, battery terminals, everything. It does a great job. It prevents the rust from forming, and it also does a good job of eliminating the rust that's already there. I also use it on all my rods and reels. Spray it on all my rollers, the outside of the rods. It's nice because it doesn't, it's safe for the mono or the braided line, doesn't damage the line, so you can just spray it right on without worrying. It's a great product. I trust Corrosion Block. Look for it at your Bass Pro store.
Saltwater Experience, presented by Yellowfin, is brought to you by Quantum Rods and Reels, fishing at a quantum level. By the Florida Keys and Key West, come as you are. And by Corrosion Block, Gamakatsu, and Loadmaster Boat Trailers.
You want to be on our show? Check out our Facebook page and find out details on how you can be a guest star on Saltwater Experience.
So the coolest thing to me about that entire day was the fact that we were fishing in an area that you and I fished hundreds of times in all these tournaments, and never have I been up there and not seen another boat. It's the most popular area in all of the Everglades, Snake Bight. And since they've implemented the pole and troll zone, it's just not getting the same amount of pressure. People are not committing to running in there, you know, or they can't run in there, and they're not committing to pole, and not a lot of guys have trolling motors these days. We had our trolling motor, we were able to troll in a long ways. We trolled for about a mile on that in the deeper water before we, you know, were touching grass at all. And then once it got a little shallower, we switched to the push pole. Made a pretty easy entry for us, and just, man, was it worth it. What a payoff to have that many fish in there, no boats as far as we could see, and just awesome fishing.
Get bit. I see the bait. I see the fish. Come on.
Got him.
Good cast.
That was sweet.
That was nice. That's a big fish.
What a nice
really good.
opportunity that was.
That was really good. That was a big fish. Waking. Made a really good cast.
Way past him, slid it in there, played it slow. There's another group coming in.
What
Get
a
a
lot
double
of people
here.
don't realize about this type of fishing is that we let that fish get close to us, but you still threw as far as you could possibly throw it, out in front of him and beyond him. And that's really the secret to catching them.
Man, this is the biggest one of the day.
Yeah, I saw this guy coming in. I knew he was good.
You look like a shark to me, I was saying.
That's a good one.
That's the biggest one
Man,
of
I'll
the day.
tell you what, back in the day, we could have won some money on with this day.
This is definitely the biggest one of the day. Whew!
Bring him over here to me.
Awesome. Thanks for giving me so many opportunities today. Oh, that's a fat one. Look at this head.
I knew this was going to be a big one, man. I saw him.
That's a fat one.
That was a really good cast. I could see that bait and the fish. Ow, I bet that didn't feel so good.
I like those big, heavy shrimp so you can get some more distance into that wind with no weight, though. It's a great
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a real good one.
Oops.
Woo! That's a money winner right there. Think he's in the slot?
No, I don't know. He's big.
Nice to be interested and measure him. 27. I haven't even thought about that in a long time.
Just think about it being a fun fish to catch. That's great.